Hello everyone. Today I would like to show you how a beginner programmer can use ChatGPT to write code to increase productivity. But first, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a large language model that is developed by OpenAI. It is a question answering AI, meaning you can hold conversation with this AI, okay? You can ask various questions and it will give you an answer. Take note, guys, even though most of the times it gives you correct answers, okay, there are times that it gives you a wrong answer. Or even sometimes it doesn't even understand your question, hence giving you vague answers, okay? So in today's video, I want to show you some of the questions that, as a beginner programmer, you can ask, and then you can, take a look at the result ChatGPT gives you, and then you can refine it, fine tune it to your taste. Okay, let's take a look at an example, guys. So what you first of all need to do is to go to chat.openai.com. So if you don't have an account yet with them, all you have to do is sign up. You can sign up with your Gmail, okay, or any other email, and then it sends a verification to your email address. And then I think when you have that, then it asks you for your phone number, and with your phone number, it's going to have some two-factor authentication. In that case, sends some code to you, some numbers, and then you can input that on the screen. At the end of the day, you then need to log in, and when you log in, this is what you see as the home page. Okay, now in the case of this right now, let us ask ChatGPT. Let's say you are working on some problems, or you want to see how to write a particular code for a Python function. You are asking ChatGPT to write a Python function that returns "Good morning, John," when it's morning, "Good afternoon, John," when it's afternoon, and "Good evening, John," when it's evening. Let us ask ChatGPT that, and let us see what it returns. And also we can try to run this also on our IDE. So let's run that. You can see ChatGPT now is saying, sure, here is a Python function that uses the current time. So ChatGPT is giving us some starter function right here. You can see that it's going to import date time and do all this sort of stuff for us, and then you can run the function right here. Okay, so let me copy this. Let's see what we get. I'm going to copy this, and then I'll put that in a Jupyter notebook, which I have opened right here. You could use any IDE that you want. Okay, so also if you have, if you also have answers from ChatGPT, take some time to quickly try to understand what that function or what that code is doing, right? So that sometimes you might need to change one or two things, otherwise you might get some error. But taking a look at this, I think this is pretty good. You see that ChatGPT just gave us that code right within seconds. Okay, now let us run this. So now let us run this. For us to run this, right, we will have to call this function greeting. You can see that it says if current time hour is less than 12 hour, then return John. If it's less than 18 hour, return good morning, John. If it's less than 18 hour, return good afternoon, John. If it is otherwise, say good evening, John. Okay, you see that it already has that. So let us run this function. So if I run that function, then I can call the function right here. Let me call it right here now. If I call it, let's see. You see, it gives me good morning, John. Why does it give me good morning, John? If you also want to add something right here, you could, if you want, you can print that time right here, your current time. Remember that it is grabbing the current time right here, okay? And it is grabbing that into this variable. So I can add this variable right here. I can print that. So if I run that again, I will have this. You see that this is the time. You see that this is the time. And this is my current time, 8:28. And that's why it's giving me good morning, John. I hope you guys get that right now. That is how you can use ChatGPT. What about if you are, let's say you are a beginner data engineer, you are the entry level of a data engineer, you are a data engineer in your company, right? And you want to do some ETL process. What is ETL? Extract, transform, and load, right? And you probably want to structure your code. Basically, how do you want to structure your code? How do you want it to look like? And in this case, let's say you want to use Python classes. Okay, that is one thing you can just put right here. If I put that right here to ask ChatGPT, let's see what it's going to give us, guys. If I do this, you see, write Python modules for ETL process using Python classes. You can see what it is doing right now. It is generating that for us on the fly. Okay. All right, guys, you can see now that it has finished generating those responses. You can see right here, it's giving me some starter code right here that import pandas. Okay, that I should import pandas, and then you have I have my extract class right here, right? And then I'm having my initialization steps right here where I'm defining my source path, and then I want to get the data. What does that mean? Since I have the source path right here, the file path, that you pass that inside there, then you read the CSV, and then it says that I have another class that is called transformation, right, or transform, and then you can have those different functions right there as well, right? You have a cleaning function, you have an aggregate function. You know, this does not mean that you are going to follow exactly the way it is, but it has given you some structure into how you would like to do this. And you see that you have a load class as well. Let's say after you have transformed and you want to load into the database, right? Here you are passing the destination file path, right? And then the data. Okay, and so in that case, if I want to save the data, it's telling me that I can save that CSV, I can save that data into a CSV, then I'll put the file path right here. Okay, see that, and it also helps us right here to give us how do we want to call all these classes and functions. You can see right here where it is instantiating the extract class. Okay, and then it's getting the data using that extractor that it has initiated right here, this object. You can see that it's now applying this function. That's how you can, you can leverage ChatGPT to structure your code or to structure your workflow. Okay, another question I can add, let me just ask one more question. Let's say what it's going to give us. Okay, let's say we want to have this. We want to say, can you include a if __ name equals __ main to run the entire class? Let us see if it's going to give us that. I'm going to pause it right now so that after I finish returning, then I can come back. After I finish loading, I can come back. Okay. All right, guys, you can see what it gave us right here. Remember that in the previous one we had right here, it says it instantiated the classes and then give us a workflow of how to run all these different classes and functions. But right now I asked it to include if name equals to main, right? And then it included that right here, that you have this, and then it puts all those workflow right here. The other question I can ask is, if you look at this, it did not put this inside a function, but I want to wrap this inside a function. Let us see if ChatGPT can give us something right there. Okay, I can put this prompt. Let me put this prompt that, can you wrap the if name equals to main block into a function or class? Let's see what it's going to give us. You see, it says sure. Here's an example. So you see that, guys. You see that, guys. It's running. You see that, guys, that it has finished running this. You can see that what it did was to wrap the actual ETL process that is going to be running or orchestrating the old process. It's already created an ETL process class for us and then defined some function right there, and then this function is saying this function is going to run everything. Okay, you see that, that's one way that you can also have it. So basically what it tries to give us, right, it doesn't mean that that's the exact way you want to run, you want to run your code or something, but it has given you some starter code or some ideas by which you can structure your code. Okay, I hope you guys get that right now. You can see that you can leverage ChatGPT to structure your code and also use it in your code. The code that it gives you, you can also use those also in your code. Okay, of course there is more to do, right? You can, you can change some things, add some things onto the code, right? So I will highly encourage you, go and start exploring ChatGPT right now, guys, because that will help to increase your productivity. Okay, all right guys, if you are new on this channel, I will highly encourage you to subscribe to our channel, where you are going to have more videos like this, and also where we are teaching data engineering, data science, machine learning. And as a matter of fact, I have a playlist right now which I'm also loading more videos for those of you that wants to learn SQL, basically want to learn Postgres. We have playlist right here. I'll put the link to the playlist in the description below, which you can follow from the beginning so that you can start mastering Postgres. All right guys, I will see you next time. Bye.